So, I don't know. What do you want to do today? I was thinking maybe, like, go to Wendy's, get drunk in their bathroom.
What's that?
The bathroom it's kind of where you, like, I don't know. Like, how you eat food and then it goes through your body? Well, the bathroom's where
I think they're following us.
where the food ends up.
Quick, get to the car.
Okay, to go to Wendy's?
No.
Where are we going then?
Oh, God. Is that...
McDonald's is fine.
That's casting out demons.
God, can you stop screaming?
This. You got used to it?
That's what she said. And welcome to Casting Out Demons.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm Zach.
And today we have a special guest. Hey, welcome to this
Welcome to it.
Casting Out Demons virgin, Laura.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting way to phrase that.
Yeah, thanks. It's okay.
I haven't finished my coffee yet. So
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
Kinda...
Is this mine?
Sure.
Mine is the one with lipstick on it, right? Anyway, Laura, tell us a little something about yourself. How tall are you?
I am probably 5'7"-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree to that.
Yeah.
Good. That's pretty much all we need.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
it was
I'm
nice to
here.
have Laura on the show.
Yeah,
What's your
thanks.
favorite horror movie?
My
That's
favorite
at the end of the
horror movie?
Well,
At the
no, it's a different
end.
question, isn't it,
Oh
Bailey?
my God.
It could be the same answer, but it's a different question.
My favorite horror movie.
He's acting out because you're here, getting all cheeky.
I'm not getting all cheeky.
Well, I mean, I don't watch a lot of horror movies, to be
That's
honest.
totally fine.
But the one I watched most recently before this was The Babadook.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
like that one.
We
was
covered
really
it.
good. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you listened to it?
Back
I
in the
did
COD
listen to that one.
archives.
I'm getting to it. I'm listening to them at work.
I could tell you were a fan, though, when you walked in. I was like, she loves this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some good feedback about our Zombievers episode, by the way. I have a friend,
That old classic.
They actually watched it. We made somebody watch a movie.
Hey, that's the whole point of this, right? And to be
Yeah,
fans.
I'm watching The Birds. I listened to your Birds
Yay,
podcast, and I was like
thanks,
listening to
Laura.
it. I'm like, man, I should really only listen to the podcast episodes that where I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Because
What did you think about The Birds?
I haven't watched.
Oh, you said
the
you're going to
movie.
watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Okay.
going to.
Let us know what you think because,
Oh.
yeah, I have some conflicting feelings about it.
If you listen carefully, you can you can hear me signing Laura's royalty check.
Yes.
For all of the good things. that
Guys,
she
this
said.
is a great podcast. I love this podcast.
We're going to use that
Definitely
soundbite.
Memo. Thanks, Laura.
We're totally going to use that soundbite. I'm going to clip it. Put it at the beginning of each episode. All right, so what movie are we talking about today, Bailey?
Today we are talking about The Roost.
Roost. It's not about roosters, but it is
No.
about bats.
Bats, yeah. God, and
This
so
movie is batshit crazy.
I was gonna say that.
Damn it.
Careful.
I'm so sorry I stole your pun.
Good job to both of
it's
you
okay.
for coming up with that pun.
Thank you.
Laura, God, Laura, I'm running out of checks in my checkbook.
Well, you're up to bat, Bailey, so.
All right, so speaking of being up to bat, which has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything,
Well, it kind of does.
I mean, in a medicines,
Yeah.
we're gonna start out with our segment Trick or Tweet.
I'm going to add a soundbite here. In post. Okay.
Soundbite, because it's about.
Oh, biting biting bats. Yeah, okay.
So after that awful transition, Laura, what is your trick or tweet?
Well, my trick or tweet is guy loses 4 of his closest friends on his wedding day.
Oh,
That sucks.
that is so true. I didn't even think about the. Yeah, what was that guy's name? The guy that was getting married?
Was he getting married, or
He
was
was.
it
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
getting married.
Elliot? Brian?
No. None of the guy. The guy that was getting married
Yeah.
wasn't with them, right?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember what his name
He
was.
called while
She was in the
I,
barn.
I forgot what his name was.
I forgot what it was.
Mike.
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 Yeah. Nice.
So
guy.
true. Good job.
Okay,
All right.
Zach.
Sci-fi-esque acting, Hitchcock-esque directing, Zombievers-esque plot. The future of horror is safe because Ty West is up to bad.
That was beautifully
Nice.
done.
Thank you.
That
I can
was
tell you
beautifully
really
done.
like the movie.
I did enjoy it a
God,
lot.
Laura, will you come on every episode? Just be like, you guys are great.
You're making me smile a lot, Laura.
We're gonna give you a segment.
Yay.
All right.
Okay.
Bailey.
Ahem. I mistakenly prepared for a good old-fashioned Comedy Central roost, but at least this had a little bite.
Ooh.
Nice.
So what is Comedy Central Roost?
You know, like the roost of Justin Bieber.
Oh, okay. Okay.
what
Okay.
that's what
What
they're
kind of
called.
roost of coffee do you drink? All right.
I don't know. I haven't finished my coffee yet.
Do you guys know that the tow truck driver is the producer of the film?
I did not know. Did you know that
Huh.
Ty West was the voice of the professor on
Yes,
the radio
I did.
show?
I had that note
Okay,
down.
All right.
Yeah, I do my
Sorry.
research.
I didn't do any research, so
It's okay. We
You
did
came
it.
up with a
We
good
did.
tweet.
We did way too much for you.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Good.
Okay, so the Roost is really cool because it's like a movie within a movie per se. And so to set the scene for you, we start out at Frightmare Theater, which is like one of the old school. I don't know if you've ever seen it. My dad watched it all the time. It's called Svengoolie, and it's based, I think, in Chicago. And it's like this old cable access show, and so it's like very stereotypical where you have like your host.
Really cheesy, like
cheesy, over
painted
the top,
backgrounds.
bad painted backgrounds.
A painted haunted house where you zoom in onto before you get to the movie.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
skeleton on the piano.
The
Yeah.
skeleton on the piano was the best. And then we
That was my
like
favorite.
pan to the coffin and there's no one there. And then the guy who is the person,
He was in the House
he
of
was
the Devil.
the House of the Devil.
Tom
He's Mr.
Noonan.
Ullman, yeah.
Tom Noonan.
Who was also in Monster Squad. If you've ever seen Monster Squad, he was. Oh, I think
Don't
he was
know why those two
Frankenstein's
words
monster.
are put together.
He was Frankenstein's monster. It's about these kids. Anyway, it's a really good movie. So if you haven't seen
Okay.
it,
I can
watch
see him
Monster
being a
Squad.
Frankenstein's monster. He's tall,
Yeah.
he's lurky, and
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Having some screws coming out of his neck.
Yeah.
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 So, I'm just mad because he wasn't called the Gory Teller.
Oh,
Oh, that is good.
that's a missed opportunity.
Right?
Yeah.
I like watched that, and that's my only beef. It's like, why not Gory Teller? Question mark.
I thought he was really creepy. I think that was he famous before Ty West found him, or
I mean, he had been in a few like miscellaneous things, like I said, Monster Squad, just
Yeah.
like miscellaneous things. But I feel like he's,
kudos for Ty West for like using him. I've only seen 2 of his movies, but I figured that he might be in some other ones.
I mean, he's like Adam Wingard does with AJ Bowen.
Okay.
Like how he's in all of his stuff, I think, is like. But I mean, Ty West is also in Your Neck, so I mean that too.
That is true.
So yeah. So it's a movie within a movie. Now that I've completely.
Yes. This is a
Blown
podcast
up,
within a
yeah.
podcast. No, it's not.
We can make
I
it
don't
that
really
way.
understand what meta means.
Oh, Zach.
Oh, Zach.
So we have Frightmare Theater, and so Frightmare Theater introduces us to the actual movie.
Yes, which is The Roost.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's about 4 friends going to a wedding. And then they get into a car accident. Uh-oh. Sounds like
It was
dead
like
end
a
a little
real
bit.
car accident.
Yeah.
Like they kind of ran off the road. It was really dumb.
Yeah, there wasn't a head-on collision or anything, but a really cheap-looking bat flew in front of their windshield and caused a crash, and they landed on a rock. They landed between a rock and a hard place.
They really
Let that
hit-
sink in.
They hit rock bottom.
Ooh.
That was tasty. If you don't like that one, you can kick rocks. Anyway,
That old adage.
Dave Chappelle.
God. So this whole time I was just thinking of a way to work in an OC reference. And so
Oh, I
I'm
have an
gonna-
OC
I was
reference.
about to say my favorite part is when Benjamin McKenzie carries Misha Barton from the car.
What'd you
It's
say?
Hallelujah play. God. So anyway, now that we've made my excessive reference of the day, so they get in the car wreck and there's the cheap the place in front of their windshield that kind of just looks like what you'd find at like Spirit of Halloween.
That's probably where they got
It
it.
looks like somebody like put it on a fishing line.
That's probably what it was.
Sorry, Ty West. Didn't
That's
mean
all
to
right.
spoil the illusion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't really care. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the scares.
God. Anyways, moving on.
Like the plot, which does at this point, just like the friends, who move on to walk down the road in order to find an empty house. Actually, we're skipping something.
Yeah,
We're,
we're skipping the old people.
There are these old people.
named Elvin and May.
That's so
Look
precious.
who did their research.
Oh,
I
boy.
actually hate the name Elvin, so I don't really want to go into why, but I hate that name.
May is such like an old woman out in the
Oh, yeah.
country. Name.
Yeah.
And Elvin's an old dude name too,
Yeah.
and
They would-
an asshole's name. Sorry, I'll keep it PG. But my sister's ex-husband was named Elvin. Probably still
Okay.
is named Elvin, but
Who knows?
yeah, who knows?
So anyway.
So asshole name.
Yeah.
Asshole name. Let's call him asshole from here on out.
Asshole name. I knew ska girl band.
Ooh,
Anyway,
I can't wait to say I'm too busy to go to your shows.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
My fedora came in today. And anyway, so there's these 2 old people, and they're getting ready to go somewhere. And so she's like, oh, did you lock the barn? And he's like, oh, I don't know. So he goes to the barn.
See,
You hear a
okay, why did they
scruffle.
need to lock the barn?
I don't know.
Who's out there? Well, I guess those
Yeah.
kids were out there.
Yeah.
So,
You know, those hooligans.
Those freaking hooligans.
Which, just sidebar, because I said your next, and this is bothering me. Have you ever read the Netflix description for your nest?
No, I have not.
Okay, because it says masked hooligans terrorize a family. Okay, masked hooligans, to me,
Yeah.
that sounds like it's like Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for the sticky bandits to like pop out. Okay, anyway, sidebar.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said when we watched it the
wait,
other
this is
night.
that movie with the creepy people in the masks?
Yeah, they said masked
Masked
hooligans.
hooligans? That is not the description.
Thanks,
That's like
Netflix.
crazed, psychotic people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, masked hooligans. Anyway,
No.
It
Have you ever seen the
bothers
movie
me.
The Strangers?
yes.
Yeah.
That's,
Cool. Me too.
yeah, that's a scary movie.
It is.
Speaking of
Similar plot line.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of strange,
Mm.
some strange happenings go on in this barn.
That was a strange segue. Keep going, though.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying here. So there's a scruffle, if you will. You hear a little commotion.
It's pretty reminiscent, if I may use that word. There's that word again.
No.
Reminiscent. Of the first scene in, what's your movie that we watched? The low budget.
Behind the mask.
No, the one before that. About the alien. What was it called?
Deadly Spawn.
Deadly Spawn. Remember how he goes down to the basement, checks, monster kills him, then she goes down, gets killed by the monster. Very similar.
Yep.
See, what I was surprised at this point was the first person to die was a straight white male.
Yeah, that's very rare in movies.
But also, we should keep in mind that the cast was entirely white people.
That is also very true.
Which is something I only really noticed after, getting halfway through, realizing, oh, hey, the first person to die was white, but they're all white, so does that, negate it?
I don't know. I still think, if you only have a white cast, I think it's still racist,
It's
right?
still racist,
yeah.
right?
Speaking of, we need to get a black person on the podcast.
Wayne,
he's been supposed to.
I have Wayne
But I don't
on
want
the
it to be because of
sketch.
that, so.
I had him on the sketch before this episode.
It's true.
Well, now that you
Let the
said that,
record
it's
show.
it's gonna, whatever you do,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
sound like it's because of that.
Yeah, well,
Nah.
what can you do?
So, I'm looking to you. I'm
Okay,
looking to you
so
to come back from that. 'cause
Elvin and May die in the barn, the 4 kids. Trevor, Allison, Elliot, and I forget the other one's
it's
name.
Brian.
Brian.
Brent, which one? So I refer to them as Glasses Guy.
Glasses guy
Guys,
is Trevor.
Elliot's the brother,
And then-
Allison's the sister, and then Brian's the
Long-haired
one
dude?
that dies first.
Okay,
Yes.
long-haired dude is Brian.
Spoiler.
Oh yeah, Brian dies. Let's talk about how that
Oh
happens.
yeah, he dies pretty quickly.
And really cool too. I
Yeah.
like how he comes back and then gets shot. Like
Yeah.
May.
Yeah, we're skipping ahead a little bit.
We do that a lot.
Yeah,
It's not about
okay.
the story, it's about how we talk about the story.
Okay, sweet. Then let's just talk
Much
about
like
the story.
how it's about the director and not the script.
May we regress to the beginning?
Yes, we may.
Okay, good.
Speaking of May, May's dead.
Still.
Still dead. Dead as a doornail.
She went
And
to look for her husband, quite sad. Because they
Yeah.
they were kind of rude to each other before they both died.
yeah.
There's so many regrets here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May, if
So
you have
did
anything
you
else
get
to
the
say, you can come on the
ticket?
show.
That's what horror movies are all about, though, is regret and making the wrong decisions. Because if they don't do that, then they get to the wedding and then it's a romantic comedy.
Which actually, the movie does have a little commentary about making the right or wrong
Oh
decision.
yeah, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
I have a little bit of that right here, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
is my blubber section.
Because you have to realize, I'm calling him the gory teller because I like it better. The gory teller.
Uh-oh. I
Kind
forgot
of
my
acts.
glasses.
Now we have to start this whole thing over.
Damn it, Zach.
You also forgot to add in Jackson's music at the beginning.
Oh, I do that in post now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I just thought the interns were going to take care of it.
Oh yeah, well, the interns disappeared, so. And night fell.
And we sent him to Night Vale to get something
We
that we
to get
needed for
coffee.
post, yeah.
And we realized there's a Starbucks right down the road, so.
And we've never heard from him since.
It's very true.
Anyway, God. So the kids, there's a car accident. There's it's a mangled deer, correct?
Yes.
Was it a
Yeah.
deer?
Yeah, a buck.
It's a
12 point.
the buck stops here, Zach. So, God.
I was going to make another buck pun, but,
I
you don't pay me
resisted.
enough bucks to do that.
I knew that one was coming.
Let's go buck wild, guys. Come on.
That was a really good shot, though. Like that scene where it just like flashes, like the creepy flashes.
They have a lot of really
that.
creepy flashes in this, and I think that's
one of my
something Ty
favorite
West. If you watch more of his movies,
House
you'll
of
see
the Devil,
that.
yeah.
A lot of creepy flashes, and
Okay.
that's a very common theme. For
He's
him.
also really big on moonshots because there are several moonshots.
I have a whole
in this
theory
movie.
about
yeah.
that. My Satan pizza theory.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm
That's
excited.
later. Get ready.
I'm really excited for this.
That's a new segment, by the way. That's really
Zach
fun.
Satan pizza theory. Zach has like a cockamamie theory every week.
Awesome.
Sometimes you can get behind them. Sometimes
You'll get behind this one. That's what she said. Sorry. Let's keep going.
Okay, so they find a mangled deer.
They do.
Oh dear, and
Then they find a cop.
Yeah, they find a cop.
Cop.
Officer Mitchell is his name.
I just called him Mr. Cop.
Mr. Copper.
Mr. Cop.
He seems pissed that he has to help these kids, and rightfully so, because he's going to die because of it.
Yep. He could just gone on with his night. Okay, my question is, he got a call about like a car off the road. Who called?
Remember the car that passed by earlier, and they try to
yeah.
flag them?
Like,
Who was
yeah.
in that car, by the way?
Yeah.
I don't know, just with that music, like
That really cool shot of like just like
It's
the
a really
dashboard.
cool-
I thought
yeah.
that was really. I was like, they're
Yeah.
going to show who that was later. No.
See, at first I thought that was their car being stolen,
Mm-hmm.
but then I realized that wasn't true.
maybe
Yeah.
that was, I don't know.
I thought it was kind of it was kind of like a weird
Mm-hmm.
like why include that except for
I just thought it was a really cool shot.
it was a cool shot.
Well, it makes sense to include it because like somebody did have to call the cops. I mean, they
Yeah.
had to have that
Yeah.
kind of plot line to have the
But,
officer show up.
The cop could have been like
Out on patrol,
yeah.
Halloween night.
It's Halloween, yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta deal with a
it
lot
was
of-
Halloween, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I love
there's
the
a pumpkin.
cuts. I love the cuts at their house when it shows like it shows like
Sorry.
the like longhorn head and like the pumpkin and stuff. It kind of like contributes to the setting of the
It's
scene.
foreshadowing
Yeah,
too. 'cause
yeah. No, I
you see
love those cuts.
I like how there's like that radio show taking place throughout the entire.
Yes, that acts as like
Yeah.
a narration to what's going on.
Absolutely. More meta.
Yeah.
It's very meta.
Yes, and then also we have Gory Teller, who we cut to, which I love because it's like an intermission on one of these Fright Night shows. Which like I know that you know this, but like it made me think when I was like thinking about like Sven Gulli and all. I think of Gulliardi, which is like the shock theater thing that like Paul Thomas Anderson's dad was in charge of. And so like it just kind of threw me back to that too because of the Marin episode.
No,
and
I'm-
how like I think it's kind of cool like when you think about it, like how Paul Thomas Anderson's movies like have some deep cuts and things like that. And
Yeah.
so like, it just kind of made me realize how everything's kind of tied together. Like how he doesn't make anything
I'm glad you're
remotely
saying all
like
this, by the way, because that totally ties into my Satan pizza theory
Oh,
later.
God.
Which I just gotten some new ammunition by text message that I think is actually very valid, and we're going to
Nice.
include that.
okay, good.
So I provided the
Okay.
pizza, the text provided the toppings.
Sweet.
Okay.
Pineapple, yeah, sweet toppings.
Ew. I hate pineapple on pizza.
We'll have a talk after this.
So yeah. Anyway, now I'm done with my whole Paul Thomas Anderson
No, you can go on those
spiel. No, I'm
tangents.
good. I'm good.
So they get into the cop car. The cop takes them back to the house. What was the guy's name? Brian tries to scare Allison.
Allison.
Yeah.
And that's the funniest
liked-
part.
yeah,
that was
I
a
really
really
liked
good.
that.
Yeah. You want to tell us what happens?
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah,
Oh,
step
well,
up to the
We
plate.
do
I
this
mean-
every week. You can just take
Yeah.
over if you want.
Yeah.
Basically, he sneaks up behind her, has this like scary face on.
Yeah.
You can't see what I'm doing, but he has his arms up and with his mouth open. He waits for her to turn around. She doesn't turn around because she's really interested in looking over near the barn.
Yeah.
And then he gets annoyed because like she hasn't turned around,
Yeah.
which I think we've all been there before.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
when you're
for
trying
sure.
to scare someone, and so he just taps her and she freaks out.
Yeah.
Turns
And
around.
He gets that kind of kick out of it anyway.
Yeah.
I think that he had a crush on her. I think that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's like the one scene where they're like looking over the dam. Or was that a dam?
Yeah, she reminds me a lot of, for some reason, Donna from That 70s Show. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
About
Is this foreshadowing who you would
no,
recast?
no,
Okay.
not at all. But I just thought like they reminded me a lot. For a minute, I wasn't sure if this actually went on like in 2005 when it was shot, or if it was like a little retro.
I think it was retro.
And that's what I kind of struggled with throughout the movies. I didn't know if it was set up to be like actually set in 2005. Or
I guess the only thing that would ruin the retro idea is that
She had a cell phone.
Cell phone, yeah.
Yeah. But it was
Yeah.
a flip phone.
Yeah, it was a flip phone. Could
See,
have
what I could see was the 90s.
late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like with his sweatshirt and stuff, like
yeah. Like their style was very late 90s,
Yeah.
I think. Because
And
it wasn't quite
yeah.
early 90s, but they had the jeans, they had the, sweatshirts.
Which sounds like we're just saying like normal pieces of
But they
clothing.
look-
No,
but,
they had like 90s.
Think about it, yeah.
They had like my wardrobe is what they have.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about what people wear now when it's cold. Like, they wear nice jackets, they wear fancy jeans. Like,
Yeah.
They just look like normal, like, 90s.
Think
kids.
about if you know me like on a daily basis. Like, basically, if you work at Amy's with us,
We all look the
what
same.
you wear.
We start to kind of morph into one blob of
We are Amy's.
ice cream. We just start saying the same stuff over and over again.
Let me know if you have any questions or want to try anything.
Or if you want me to stop talking.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Anyway, now that we've excluded
What's your favorite
every
flavor?
listener.
Mexican vanilla. I love it. It's so good.
And see, I'm cheeky, so I'm like, I should say Mexican vanilla, but mine's coffee.
Wow, that's-
Anyway.
That is cheeky.
I don't know what they're talking about anymore.
Yeah, we're done. Now that we've
Do you
isolated.
need a job by any chance? Do you want to work at Amy's?
I'm
Become
already,
one of us.
I'm already
It's not a
2
cult.
jobs young blood. I don't want to be 3 jobs young blood.
It's not a. It's not
It
a.
doesn't
cult.
flow off the tongue as well as 2 jobs, young Laura. 2 jobs. Please put that as her name.
We'll do.
2 jobs young.
2,
Okay.
2 jobs, young blood.
I'll get 2 chains to say 2 jobs,
Please.
young blood.
But then we can get Jason Derulo to say the young blood part.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then at the beginning of the podcast, we'll
Yeah.
go Jason Derulo.
You know, I had a resident who always called me Young Money. Whenever I'd walk into the building, he'd be like,
Yeah?
Young Money!
This is starting to get
Just
more
like
and more
that. Sorry.
expensive. I don't know if we have the budget to hire all of these people.
Oh, we'll totally do it. I have hookups.
Okay. Anyway, so
So they go back to the house, and Brian's missing. Brian went to the barn.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went to check it out. Allison didn't go with him. Smart girl.
Very smart girl. But they're getting into the tropes of splitting up the group in a horror movie, which I think they did satirically, and I think they did a good job of it. But so
It's like they weren't aware that it was a horror movie yet, you know?
yeah,
Like, you know how like there's that point in like a horror movie where everyone becomes aware what their
Oh, yeah,
what
for
their
sure.
situation is. Like they didn't know yet, so
Absolutely.
splitting up
Yep.
wasn't a problem.
yeah. At that point, they're just kind of like trying to
Annoyed.
separate from each other because they've been in a car together for a really long time. So
Yeah, which
Yeah.
everybody knows how that goes.
actually, I've never really been in a car ride before.
Ever?
Yeah, I've never really
You
had
just
the
walk
chance.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's why I'm so fit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So
So they go to the barn
I'm-
to try to find
With
Brian.
the cop stays.
The cop
in the
stays.
the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he noticed that no one's in there, and he kind of gets freaked out. I think a little bit.
Yeah.
He starts to think, "Oh shit, this might be a horror movie."
Yeah. Though I don't know.
and then he
I
turns to the camera and says, "Oh shit, this is a horror movie."
See, my question was, why did he have to look around? It was just a house. Like,
Well,
they
he-
weren't home, you know?
Yeah, that's what he was thinking though. Like, why aren't these people home?
They were
Maybe
out.
he
They were
knew
on
them.
their way out.
Maybe he knew
That's
them.
True.
It's a small town.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm watching Gilmore Girls right now, so it's like Stars Hollow.
You're not supposed to be watching anything during the podcast. Put your phone away.
Sorry.
Bailey, put your phone away. Let the record show that Bailey won't put her phone away.
Let the record show.
So
God.
the 3
Sorry,
friends
I
are in
can't
the
even
barn
look at
looking for Brian. Cop follows them in, but goes to the top floor of the barn, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he's like looking around the rafters and finds a group of bats.
Yeah, there's some bats in the belfry if you
That's when I
Hmm.
wrote in my notes, oh, okay, so bats. Later on, like 2 lines down, I say, okay, so not bats. And then my next line after that is, well, mostly bats.
What made you say, okay, not bats?
The zombie thing.
The zombie thing. So why are these... Let's go ahead. We're going to, like, divulge from... or
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Every week, guys, we're just completely linear in a movie.
Yeah.
we're just gonna
throw...
crazy.
We're going to mix things up a little bit here. Why are the bats turning people into zombies?
Okay, I thought maybe. Okay,
Is it because it's impossible to make an actual horror movie just about killer bats?
I don't know. I just put that at that one point when he comes back and they put him in the fence, that his face looks like whatever Oscar Mayer baloney's made out of.
That makes sense. I see that.
That's good.
What I thought was funny is like when they put him in the fence, like there's that shot of the shovel, like them hitting him with the shovel.
Yeah.
But they had they were hitting the fence, not the guy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I saw that, too. It was kind of a bad cut. But, like...
I just also heard
I
like
get
Beat on
it.
the Brat by the Ramones in my head because it was like kind of the tabos there. Anyway, I was like maybe like they're playing off of like vampire, but then it's not vampire, they're zombie.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe rabies type, maybe like a rabies type thing.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, like a virus that the bats are carriers for.
Because I mean,
it's like birds, and
bats,
they took it up a notch.
The bats were also really, really aggressive, though. Like they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like 28 days later, like rage virus bats.
Yeah, 28 days later meets the birds. And that's what this movie
like
is.
28 hours later, because that's probably how long it took to shoot this entire movie.
Oh, damn commentary. I don't know.
It was well done though.
I feel like this movie's like a melting pot of horror movies. It kind of mixes a lot of genres, like the creature feature with like zombies, and kind of a slasher movie too. It kind of has like that element to it with the person chasing after them.
And then you have like the sibling, like a little bit of like drama between like the sibling rivalry where, not Trevor.
Allison and Elliot.
Elliot. Where Elliot's like gone, has like left home.
Yeah.
And Allison's there with their dad, and they're constantly fighting. And so we have like that little bit of sibling rivalry too.
Which I felt like it was kind of unnecessary, honestly. Like the characters in this movie are like the least important part.
Yeah, I feel like
there
was
was
intentional though.
They tried to put in that development, but
like
character development, it never really came to anything.
Yeah. It kind of,
except for it does at the end when she kills him.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the only part where it really ties together that they were at. He like was trusting enough to turn his back on her because he felt like my sister is not going to turn into this.
Yeah.
But whenever he turned, she's the only one that ran too. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like walking. So I don't know.
Sibling rivalry. She really wanted to kill her brother.
Yeah. Kill or be killed. That's how I was raised.
Fight or flight.
So anyway, back to the officer finds some bats. He gets attacked by the bats. There's like this really funny scene of showing what's going on above them and below them. So they're like, "What's going on up there?" And then it flashes. And there's music playing and everything. And it goes back down. It's quiet. And you just hear that.
Yeah.
The
and
music
at one
cuts
point,
were perfect. By the way,
they were.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Perfect.
And at one point, I was like, "Couldn't they just tell by the music that something's happening?" But I jest. I'm sorry. So the cop he throws himself out of the window in an attempt to save himself, but doesn't realize how high up it is. Hits, and he's dead.
I laughed out loud, to be honest. I thought that was kind of a funny, like...
It is kind of funny.
It was just, like, out of nowhere, because, like, you don't know he's going to jump out.
You don't know there's a window.
Yeah. You're not even aware that he's on the second floor.
Not really.
That's what I was more impressed with.
Yeah. Because, like, I thought he was in the basement until they were like, "What's going on above us?"
Yeah, same.
And I was like, "Oh, shit, okay."
Yeah, so then he was like on the ground and you're like, oh, and it was kind of jarring. Everyone else died off screen.
It's very true.
Far, so
I was just more impressed that he got the window open because that was like a really old school barn.
Yeah.
And
well, did he not smash through it?
Yeah.
He
I was
did?
just surprised I don't know that it like busted that easily.
Well, he's a
Like,
cop,
usually,
so
like,
he's probably physically fit and used to tackling perps and stuff like that. So yeah.
breaking into houses so that he can so that he can help people.
Help the people that are breaking into the houses.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What happens next?
Oh god.
The friends see the
does
cop.
happen
And they go up
next?
to him. Like he's dead, and they see the bats, so they go back inside. And they're like, "We have to get the keys, etc. Blah blah blah. Let's devise
It's
a
about
plan."
100 yards from here, and I was like,
Oh, Trevor with his
yeah,
confidence.
well, because he has the glasses, so he's
He's the
the
smart one. Yes, I actually said that during the movie. So, and then Allison looks out the window and says, "He's gone." And at that point, I thought, because I didn't know it was about bat zombie people or whatever, I thought that he like got carried away by the bats or something.
I was like, wow,
right
that's
on.
like either they ate him really quickly or they carried him away for some unknown purpose.
It would be great if they had like a good, awful like skeleton type, like what was playing the piano, and that's all that was left.
Oh yeah.
That would have been really fun.
It's so good.
You know what I realized during the movie is they saw the deer. So what does that mean? The deer's gonna come back too, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean,
like
maybe the
zombies.
deer was just like maybe the
that
deer
was our red
from-
herring.
Nice.
Favorite kind of bird?
The bird of the sea.
The bird of the sea.
What if the deer was like leftovers from, the bats might have gotten to someone else first. Maybe this isn't the first incident.
Very,
Maybe,
very
yeah,
true.
maybe
Or maybe
the-
the deer's the source of all of it, and that's where the bats got it.
No,
Probably not. It's not my Satan pizza theory,
maybe.
but yeah. Or maybe the deer had nothing to do with the bats at all. Maybe it was just hit by something.
See, I think that the person in the car has something to do with all of it.
See, I have a theory about
That's
that.
my theory.
So funny.
But anyway,
yeah.
he's gone. Girl goes back to the door to close it because she noticed it was open. They don't want the bats getting in.
Yes.
No.
But whenever she goes back, she's too late.
It's not the bats that got in.
It's the man.
It's the zombie man.
It's the man
Mr.
with
Cop.
the badge, Mr. Cop.
Oh god, I
And
want that
he's
to be a
dead.
movie so bad.
Mr. Cop.
But like a funny like children's movie, but he's like a zombie cop.
Oh yeah.
He's so good.
Mr.
Like
Zombie.
lumbering
He becomes
after
a
the kids.
babysitter.
Yeah.
He gets
Mr.
fired from the
Cop.
force and has to.
Yeah.
So instead of kindergarten cop, it's
Mr.
Mr.
Cop.
Zombie Cop.
Mr. Cop.
anyway.
To
he
protect
attacks
and
the
serve the
girl.
undead. Got it.
He goes after Allison.
This is true. Allison is able to defend herself with the help of her friends.
I mean, kinda. She kinda just is like.
She flails.
Yeah, she flails. Her friends
Yeah.
help. I mean,
Flailing
I
works
understand. I would
sometimes.
flail.
Oh yeah, I would know
I
what to
would
do.
I would do the same thing that she
I'd be
did.
very confused. I'd be like, oh, I thought the plot was bats, and then no,
Yeah.
it's zombies.
Which is exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
that's when I wrote. Okay, so not bats.
Exactly.
That's exactly
So,
the
I
moment.
love that. That's the best like sum up I've ever heard somebody put in their notes.
So they're able to what's the word I would say? They're able to put the zombie down but not kill it. They put it into a
Yeah.
cage and eventually I guess he lays down and take a nap. I don't know.
No,
like-
they hit him with the shovel.
they hit him
to
with the
knock
shovel?
him out.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Which I
Is
didn't
he-
think you could knock out zombies, but apparently you can.
There's this
Oh,
like
yeah.
really cool shot where it's like him and he's like all up in the fence.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Pretty rad. So then they throw a
yeah.
blanket over him and at first I was very confused. I was like, so are they like testing to see if like a touch will wake him
They're
up?
just trying to tuck him in.
Yeah, or that. But then the person I was watching the movie with, Callie, said, "Oh, they're like they don't want to see what they're doing." So
Yeah, I
that
mean, I
makes
think
That's
it's
what
the
that
same. Yeah.
It's like,
pitchfork,
there's so many
shovel.
kids, you know?
Yeah,
They don't want to, like...
they don't want to have
they're-
blood on their hands.
Yeah, they're like killing something.
Yeah.
And they know they have to, but still.
It's the whole disassociating thing. You have to disassociate yourself from a situation, and it's like the whole zombie theory of, is that still a person or is that a zombie?
Absolutely.
Okay, but also think about that blood splatter. Do you really want that shit on you?
No,
No.
that either. And I don't want to have to pay that much to do that in my movie if I'm making a low budget film to have
Yeah.
blood splatter. So it makes sense to cover it up with a
Yeah.
blanket.
I mean, even Dexter was a serial killer, and he,
Mm-hmm.
you know, totally prepped for everything. So,
Yep.
yep, there we go.
Yep. Nothing like
I talked to-
justifying it with a serial killer.
I talked about Dexter at work the other day.
That doesn't surprise me.
Not at all. The ice cream killer. Ice cream.
I
You
thought
work in an
you-
ice cream store.
I thought he'd be like the forensic guy that came in to like do the ice cream splatters.
Oh
and
no!
tell
Somebody
you
was
which
gonna
flavor.
kill me at work yesterday.
Wait, what?
But no,
Oh.
I didn't even work yesterday, Zach.
Okay, good.
But they didn't kill me because we talked about Dexter. Created a bond.
Right on.
Yeah.
Who was it? Michael C. Hall or whatever the guy's name is?
Yeah, Michael C. Hall came in and tried to kill me. I woke up in the back room.
With the exorcism of Emily Rose girl. Yeah, that's her, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, enough about me. This movie happens. So they kill Brian with shovels.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Brian.
No, that's not how they kill Brian.
No.
They kill Officer Mitchell that
Officer
way.
Mitchell. Sorry.
And then they then I believe it's Trevor that goes to the house, correct?
Yeah. Sorry.
And they're stuck in the barn. Allison and what's his name?
Elliot.
Elliot. He's inside the house, and at one point he's sitting in front of a window. And this is a great use of situational irony.
Oh, this
Wait,
is my favorite part.
That was a good moment. But
am
we're
I
missing
skipping?
the death, yeah.
Okay.
Of Brian.
Yeah.
The bang.
Oh, is that happened at that point?
It happens after.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're
'cause
absolutely
they get the
right.
gun from Mr. Cop.
They sure do.
Yeah.
And he's left smoking coming out of his mouth. Which is
So
a good effect. Good effect. Kind of gory.
Yeah.
Kind of scary. Kind of ruined my night. But, you know, I'm back. Back and cheery. Anyway, so we have old Trevor sitting in front of the window. And you said it's your favorite scene. Do you want to take the lead?
Favorite parts. Okay.
This was a good moment.
This is
So
very good.
Trevor is just sitting in front of this window, and behind him we see May like stumbling forward.
Yes.
And it's so good.
Yeah, and like
It's
as soon as
so
she
much.
comes into the shot, this creepy violin music plays.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like really intense music, and it's just like, dude, turn around.
Exactly.
And she just like what? Because she's there for like a good 15 seconds in the background.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there. He's like rubbing his eyes, you know, like with the gun.
I think that's a great job that Ty West does here, is because it's making situational irony and then comparing it with like another type of irony that exists within. You're introducing the audience to what they believe is the danger. And then at the point wherever he believes that it's a danger, he conquers it. But the danger that was lurking the entire time that the audience wasn't even akin to is the thing that eventually kills him. So it's kind of like that dichotomy of irony.
See,
so
what
it's
I
like
really
a free ride when you've already paid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like rain on your wedding day.
Okay, it's like...
Yeah.
I can keep going all night.
I'm just going to stop myself because I can...
Laura, what did you really like?
What I really liked about that moment was... Like, he was, like, you know, like, looking at his gun, he, like, just kills his friend, but he's so trigger happy, he just, like, straight up kills that woman. Yeah. You know, he kills May, like, within a second.
Yeah.
Like, and he doesn't...
Good shot, too.
Yeah, like, right to the head. He doesn't know if she's, you know... dead yet.
That's like, what I thought. I was like, maybe she's not dead. Maybe she's just kind of like...
Yeah.
Like, struck over the
fact
fact
that... Maybe she's just old.
Yeah, or she saw her husband, like, into a zombie, and she's, like, been walking around in the background this entire time. Maybe she wasn't a zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then it has, like, that amazing shot after he, like, shoots her, where it slowly pans over to her face. And, like, you can tell she's probably a zombie.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely probably a zombie.
I mean, she comes back. So.
Yeah. And she dies. And then...
Elvin comes in, kills... Or bites Mike. Or, Trevor.
He goes for Trevor's neck.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoyed was, like... He doesn't look scared. He looks mildly uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it wasn't spot-on acting. He was just, like, kind of like... Ugh, like, why is this happening?
Like a mild annoyance.
Yeah, the acting was probably the worst part of this movie.
Yeah.
He's like the guy in, like, the comedy who, like, spills coffee on his crotch. Like, that's, like, the kind of voice, like, that's the kind of facial expression he gave. Like, man, not again.
Shucks, I'm getting bit in the neck.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he shoots Elvin.
And becomes a zombie anyway.
Yeah. Should have done the noble thing and killed himself.
That shot's great, though. The transformation scene.
That was good.
It's good. Like a minute long, but it was just so beautifully done, and it takes us just like step by step.
What is the best transformation scene you've ever seen in a movie? American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to watch Late Phases. It's so good.
I've never seen it.
Tom Noonan's in it, too.
Really?
Uh-huh.
He's
the priest in it.
Oh, he looks like a priest.
It's really good. You need to watch Late Phases. I really want to talk about it.
We should cover Red State one day, too.
Yes. You've got to watch Late Phases. Anyway.
What was your favorite transformation scene, if you have one?
Oh, I don't know. I can't even think
of
one.
Are there any transformation scenes in Buffy? I've never seen Buffy.
Buffy, there are. Because, I mean, Oz is a werewolf. Yeah. Spoiler.
Shit.
Buffy vampire scene. There are a lot of vampire transformation scenes.
I mean,
Willow.
if we're talking about transformation scenes, I'm just going to go, like, the entire the entire transformation of, like, Willow into Dark Willow, just that entire, like, season was really good.
Have you seen those little... I'm so into those Funko Pop figures. Have you seen those? They're really cool. They're, like, minimalistic, like... Or, like, how I have the keychain. I got this really cool keychain, and it's, like, Ghostface, but he looks, like, really cute because he's, like, all little. They have ones now. They're coming out with, like, Reagan from The Exorcist, and they're really cool. I'll show you later.
Oh, right on,
they're
for sure.
They're so cool. But anyway, they have
free
Willow
plug
and Dark
for
Willow.
that business.
Nice.
Yeah,
We're sponsored by...
Funko Pop.
Sure.
Vinyl figures.
We're also sponsored by Stamps.com. Every podcast is sponsored by
and the Transformers movies.
Yes.
Thanks, Michael Bay.
Yeah, sure.
So Trevor's now part of the Undead Bat Brigade.
Yeah, so then what's her name? Allison is looking out the window. Well, actually, that's not true yet, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's a scene where they're like sitting and Allison starts crying, and then Tom Noonan comes back and interjects. And
no, that happens after.
Okay, it does?
I have really, really good, like...
Yeah, dude, correct me. We're often wrong on this podcast.
You have to realize this movie spooked me a little bit. So
it spooked you?
Because I was watching it... Okay, you have to realize, I said the scene. I was watching it at midnight in my apartment by myself.
Okay.
And so I, like, peeked out a couple times in my room to, like, make sure my front door was locked and my bedroom door was locked. So,
I was watching it with three people. Well,
this is
three
the first
people
horror
total.
movie I ever watched alone.
Really?
It spooked me just a little bit. And it was mostly Tom Noonan scenes.
He did a good job.
Those were spooky.
Like, the camera would pan over, then he's just kind of, like, standing there.
Yeah, the movie The Roost itself didn't really scare me. It was his stuff. It was Frightmare Theater in and of itself that spooked me. Anyway, now that we know what spooked me.
So then we are at the scene where Allison sees him, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that isn't right because
so what happens is everyone splits up, and then Allison and her brother
are in the barn.
meet up again.
Yeah.
And there's this nice there's a scene I really like. It's when she gets called, where she's like creeping through the barn trying to get to her brother, and like her cell phone rings, and we thought it was dead. And so it's like a little jump scare for the audience, but nothing too scary, like nothing like.
And it wasn't
it's definitely
it
jolting.
wasn't like a cheap shot.
Yeah,
like
It's just like, oh my god, and so like she briefly gets like pissed off, like guy who's getting married, like where the hell are you guys?
Yeah,
and then like he cuts out, and she's just like.
That was like the one glimmer of hope, and then it's taken away so quickly.
Yeah, what I really liked is like I just liked her like creeped out like I'm gonna run away or I'm gonna fight stance.
Yeah,
like I feel like you rarely see that kind of like movement.
Yeah, it was definitely defense, and then it was like prepared for the worst, but then all of a sudden it's the best, and then it's the worst again.
Yeah,
so it's a roller coaster.
I liked her. She wasn't like was 100% best actress ever, but I liked
that was her best scene easily.
Yeah.
Because it just sucked. Because it's like Laura and Zach said, it's like crystal clear for a second. It's where are you guys? And she's like about to start telling him, and then it just completely, she loses all signal.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Okay, so then it's them sitting down and crying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, then is the scene where she can't, like where she sees him.
No, because then she gets bitten, like right after that. Remember, because he goes down there. And then they come.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. So
so that is the scene where they cry.
Okay, so they're sitting down crying. Tom Noonan interjects with the Frightmare Theater, and he says something like, "This scene is too emotional."
I love this part.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I like that part.
Because he talks about like he alludes to like how Frightmare Theater is like real in the Ty West universe or whatever. Which it actually is, because they talk about it in House of the Devil. They give it a little nod. They're like after.
There's a big theory about that too, by the way. Tying back into.
Oh yeah, I think anyway. You could say all this happened in the same universe. Anyway, so he's like, this scene is like too emotional, and like starts talking about just like human emotions, and it like pans over. He's like, because you know what happened last week or whatever, and he pans over to a skeleton. He's like, yeah, we've got him right where we want him. Oh, it's just so good.
Yeah, I like to think that maybe that was kind of. That scene was born out of opportunity, because the fact that the actors weren't good enough to carry an emotional scene like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like they had the scene filmed and they were like,
they were intentionally bad too.
I thought that was actually okay, because it was rough up until like she turns her head and puts it on his shoulder, and then you can't see her face anymore, so she doesn't have to act. But then he like has like kind of like emotional.
I think he was the best actor out of all of them. That's probably why he got the most screen time.
Yeah, and I mean I think that it's intentionally bad, because like the movies that like Svengoolie and like Ghouliardi and like things like that like I watched growing up, and like
I don't know if they were intentionally.
Like that. I think that like Ty West intentionally they weren't acting to their full potential, because all of those old school like Free Enterprise movies that they showed, when you think about it, like
I think those are just people that were in his film class, like it was a student film, and like. He probably realized that they weren't good at acting, so he's probably like, this is the kind of movie, for all those reasons that you named, that I can make and make it look good.
Yeah, because I think I think it was definitely intentional, because there's not, like, when you watch Creature from the Black Lagoon, or like The Brain That Wouldn't Die, and you're seeing zippers, you're seeing like awful, terrible acting.
Yeah.
And they thought it was good, and so I think it's to kind of disassociate us as well, because this was made in 2005, and so like now when we watch this, it's like, wow, this is really awful, but we still respect it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was like all. I mean, and I could be completely wrong, and Ty West could be like, that. No, they were just really shitty. But that's how I perceived it.
Fair enough. Well, I think it was, like I said, it was just out of circumstance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be my guess, though.
Some of the best things are born out of circumstance.
Like, intention born of circumstance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. So then Tom Noonan interjects.
Says emotion, blah, blah, blah. Then they go back.
They basically rewinds to see if they would make a better choice.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
They did for a while. But, Allison ends up getting bitten by Glasses Dude. Trevor.
She goes up to the top of the barn, right, and then sees him outside of the house, and she's like, I see him. Then Elliot runs over to the window and is like, where? He's not there anymore, so he goes down, doesn't see him in the bottom part of the barn.
Then that's when the creepy devil talk starts
Yeah,
happening.
what is that? And I have a theory, but
Basically, it's like this creepy whispering.
I already know exactly where I already can see your Satan pizza theory. I already know where it's going. Go on,
full
Laura.
circle.
Go on, Laura.
Yeah, basically just creepy whispering. You assume it's from Trevor.
Which also creeped me out.
But it's
that was
not from
creepy.
Trevor, I don't think.
I don't think it was either, but it's coming from the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the barn.
I think it's coming from a house that is a little further down the road from this place.
Not the last house on the left.
No, I'm talking about the house of the devil.
God, I was waiting for
So I'm going to go ahead and interject here with my Satan pizza theory.
I want to hear the theory.
I think that this movie is taking place on the same night as the house of the devil. And as I was just texted promptly earlier, what if the car that was driving by was in fact Sam and her friend, Greta Gerwig? And that's why we don't see them. Ty West is like, I'm going to use this car in a later movie.
Okay, then how would you explain the cell phone?
I mean, whatever, you know? It's not perfect. I don't think that Ty West was able to go, all right, whenever I'm going to use this car, it's going to be in a timepiece where there are no cell phones. But I think it's definitely possible. It's plausible. I mean, because the moon goes red at one point during this movie.
Yeah.
Same thing happens during House of the Devil. And whenever that happens, there's devil talk. That's whenever she goes to when she's like, Satan, my lord, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets stabbed. Satan pizza theory. Same night.
Okay, well, what if... okay, I'll bite.
You'll bite the pizza?
What if... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if one of those kids was born out of the Satan pizza theory? What if one of those kids was Sam's kid and it all ties into House of the Devil?
Boom. Maybe.
Nice.
Maybe. Who would it be, though? Maybe she had twins.
Maybe she
No, she didn't, though, because they said both of you,
Yeah,
not all
so-
three of you. Yeah, maybe that's it. I want to talk to Ty West about it.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I'll
what if
call
that-
him. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but what if one of the kids, or like they were somehow related to
What if it's the
Sam?
kid that's getting married? And maybe that's another movie we'll see.
Yeah.
Him down the road with his wife. They move
And his
into a new
little kid.
house.
Move
There it
to a
is.
new house.
Move to a new house.
And it's a devil house.
It's a devil house. God, we should write Ty West a letter.
Yeah.
And then he's probably gonna be
We
like...
don't know if they're in the same universe, but
probably
it seems
gonna be like,
they
what
are.
the fuck?
He's like, what the
Dash
fuck are you
Ty
guys
West, yeah.
smoking?
God.
He's directing a Western.
He is.
Yeah.
We should definitely link him to this podcast.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll just tag him in it.
You know, the guy who was doing my tattoo, I talked to him about this, and he seemed really interested.
Really? Right on.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
like I told him, oh yeah, like Zach does a podcast about horror movies, and he's like, really, I love horror movies. I was like,
That's
oh,
what my
really?
tattoo artist does too. I go to Ashley at Atomic.
I'm sure all
over
tattoo
here.
artists
Oh yeah,
like horror
no,
movies.
Atomic. I don't go to this one close. I went to the one in Burnett, but I really like Ashley too.
Yeah, she's the bomb. Shout out to Ashley Thomas because she shared our link on her Facebook page and
That's
stuff.
very
so,
awesome.
Yeah, so thanks Ashley.
Yeah.
Look at her stuff.
Yeah.
Tattoos by Ashley on Instagram. It's really cool. Or you
Check
can
it
look
out.
on my body because she does all my tattoos. So yeah.
You are a walking billboard for Ashley.
Um,
So she gets bitten.
Gecko.
Yeah. And
By
then
Trevor.
My favorite acting from her was after she gets bit, her brother picks her up, tries to get her out.
She looks so dead.
It's
She
so
looks at, she's throwing up.
Yeah.
He's holding her around the stomach and dragging her out, and she's just kind
It kind of makes me laugh though because he's struggling so hard, and I had to help. I couldn't help but laugh a little bit because he was just having a really hard time carrying her out of that barn.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the barn to kill Trevor, stabs him with a wooden post, comes out, picks her up, carries her away, puts her in a car, the cop car. They drive to the bridge where that all started.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclical. Good job, Ty West.
Yeah.
Beginning on a bridge, ended on a bridge. Boom. Anyway.
It's definitely a bridge over some troubled water.
Thank you, Simon.
Bridge is the beginning and end of the movie.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was going. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna take a second here. Anyway, so it pulls up tow truck driver, producer. I have his name, Larry Fessenden.
Oh, just rolls off the tongue.
Larry Fessenden. Producer, tow truck driver. He's like, "Call, I need help," and he's like, "Yeah, dude, whatever." And he walks away to his tow truck.
Then the bats.
Bats start attacking. Bite him on the neck. Oh shit! I'm gonna turn into a
They
vampire.
knew, these bats. They're obviously devil bats because
Oh, yeah.
they knew
They're obviously-
exactly what
They're
it was.
so devil bats. That's what this whole thing is.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not even zombies. They turn them into
Maybe they're
demons.
not even bats. Maybe they're little demons in bat bodies.
God, I think you have like the inside track to this movie. Yeah. I really do.
I'm glad that we picked you for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I like this movie. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. It was really fun. So then the bats stop attacking him, and then at that point he realizes, oh shit, my sister's a zombie bat. Turns around, flash shot of her into the movie.
Yeah, it's like a crank shot. I can't think of what the actual, because they used to have to crank it harder. I can't think of what the actual name of it is.
It was a good shot because it's coming.
Stop it.
Watching if you watch the movie, if you have any common sense, she's gonna come up behind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he's just kind of and he knows it too. You can see it in his face. Okay. But he has this hesitation, maybe if I don't look around.
This movie's a lot of things, but unpredictable isn't one of them.
Now.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so do you think since they bit Allison and Elliot are twins, that's why they weren't biting Elliot? Because since they're linked somehow by blood, that they didn't, because they never bit Elliot. They just kind of flew at it. They never bit him.
I don't know.
Do you think it could maybe be somehow they're related? So they thought that he was already infected or something?
Possibly. I don't know if the bats are that smart.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, they never bit him.
What I'm going with is if they're demon bats, if they're controlled by the devil.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to go with because of the creepy devil talk.
Yeah, and
wasn't that happened on the bridge too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think that I think that it wasn't about the bats. I think it was about suffering. How horror movies are usually about characters suffering.
Just endless suffering. I mean, that's what brought us all 4 movies in the Scream franchise.
Yeah.
Sidney Prescott. Sorry.
So the bats, that would be an easy end for the brother.
Oh yeah.
So,
but that's not what it was about.
The ultimate death, would be to be killed by his sister.
I really don't think that you thinking that there's Satan bats is that far-fetched, considering how obsessed Ty West is with Satan. That's his whole thing. If you ever watch House of the Devil, it's about satanic cults and
nice. I'm gonna watch that movie.
It's a very good. That's my favorite movie we've covered so far. Okay. Maybe my favorite horror movie ever.
Yeah, no, I think it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That was just the thing I had. I didn't know if it was. I thought it was weird.
It's an interesting idea.
Because they bit Mr. Cop, they bit Mr. Toad Truck.
I think either of you could be right on this.
So, and I definitely buy into Satan bats, and that would explain why they didn't bite him, because
they're just kind of antagonized.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah. And then the movie ends with Tom Noonan going, I have one more thing to show you. Oh, wait, my master's back. Go down here. Run down the back cellar.
And, the camera keeps panning over, but I want to
see it. Kind of mirroring what the audience would do.
Yeah.
And then runs down. There's a Blair Witch Project moment where he runs into the wall, and then you pick up the camera.
And then he lights the match. I loved it.
It was really good.
That was creepy.
Pans over, werewolf, movie ends. What would you change?
What would I change? Okay, before we do that, I have 2 more things.
Go ahead.
So Allison and Elliot, the actors, are actually brother and sister.
Really?
So that's a whole other layer to it. But
right on.
They're real. They're really related.
Kind of fits the argument of writing circumstance into...
Oh, yeah. I mean, this movie kind of just, fell into Ty West's lap, I feel. Because, he had, all these things at his disposal. And then also, this movie premiered at South by. It had its world premiere at South by in 2005. Yeah. And that was also shown again at Fantastic Fest when Ty West was there to do the Innkeepers.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my 2
What would you change?
Now, what would I change? Okay. What would I change?
Do you want me to go first, and then you can have time to think?
Yeah, because that's one thing I forgot to do. I mean,
Obviously, the acting is something I would change, which is part of your next segment that we're going to do right after this, recasting the movie. But I don't like...
why didn't we call it Recasting Out Demons? We're idiots. I'm glad I just
that's what that segment's called.
Sorry,
absolutely.
Sorry.
So, I don't like how either of the 2 movies end, if it's a movie within a movie. I don't like the jump scare at the end of the Roost, and then the jump scare at the end of Frightmare Theater. I think that it's kind of Ty West not being confident enough in his work at this point of his career, since it's his first movie, and then kind of whenever you have a slow burner like that, I don't think it's about the jump scare at the end that ties it all together. As you can see in his later movies, he doesn't do that. So I felt like it was kind of him backing away, going, "Oh, it wasn't that type of movie. It's for the masses, It's this jump scare here and then this one here. They kind of book in each other. It's smart, but it's not. It's kind of cheap."
Well, I know what I would change now. I wouldn't show The Master at
because it looks
the end of Frightmare Theater.
Yeah.
I liked it. I would like it just if they did a Blair Witch Project, where just he lit the match and then
someone
it went
blows it out.
Yeah.
Someone blows it out.
That's what I was
thinking too.
I was no, why'd you show the werewolf? It should have been, if anything, it should have been wild camera, flinging around.
Because
like,
I mean, it
out.
was great.
And then like you
until it
know you
showed.
see maybe like an outline, like some big like scary figure.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that's totally fine.
Camera drops.
Because I put my hand over my eyes because I didn't know what I was gonna be seen.
Okay.
I didn't know, and so like I kind of did the whole like camera over my eyes, and then I like peeked, and I was like, oh, it's like fucking Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Like the Master's home. Like I'm like, well, now that just took all the fun out of that.
Yeah.
So I would not show the Master. I would like have the match go out, or just we hear footsteps and the camera fall to the ground. Something.
Match goes out, credits start, Matchbook 20 is playing the credits.
Nice.
I'm
That's what
not
I'm saying.
crazy. I'm just a little line, but
Werewolf right now.
which would fit because this was 2005.
Yeah.
I mean, it would go well.
Yeah. What would you change? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Just that last shot. Everything else I liked. I liked. Honestly, I liked the acting wasn't good, but I liked it for the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm okay with the whole Allison part because I think that it had to end with her killing him. If
Yes,
anybody else
Yeah.
had
like
killed
what
him,
I wanted is I liked the jump scare at the end of the Roost. I didn't want the jump scare at the end of.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't like it though, because
Yeah.
it kind of
It was
they're
like a
so
double,
close together.
yeah.
Yeah.
it was like a double.
It's kind of like how
feature.
Creep was, by the way. That's my biggest problem with that movie is the two jump scares in that way. But anyway, what was I about to say? Yeah, I think that the jump scare could have worked if they like let it like show the attack happening and then kind of pan out. I think that would have worked and like ended like that rather than just seeing her then ending the movie. That's what I would change.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with the primary theater end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so now to our next newly named segment, Recasting Out Demons.
Recasting out demons.
Okay, so in this segment that I came up with for Invasion of the Body Snatchers, we recast the movie with our ideal cast.
Yes.
So
Can I go first?
You go first.
I would keep Tom Noonan. I wouldn't change him. I would have Anton Yelchin as Trevor.
Ooh, okay. I can get behind that. Anton Yelchin, for those of you who don't know, was Charlie Bartlett. That's just for
Charlie
me.
Bartlett, and he was also in Fright Night.
He was also in Star Trek.
And he was also in that one movie you made me watch for the podcast that we haven't covered yet. Where he's like a teen that's like really popular in his hometown and he can like see those aliens that no one else can see. They're like invisible and they're like into another dimension and they come whenever danger's coming to the hometown.
Yeah.
You told me to watch it, so I
That's
did.
weird. Okay.
Anyway, so Jocelyn Donahue is Allison, who played Sam in House of the Devil.
Okay.
Kind of would ruin my theory if you had the same actress, but maybe it's her daughter and kind of works in your theory.
Yep.
And then I would cast Zach T. Busby as Elliot, and then Peter Gallagher as Officer Mitchell. Peter Gallagher, of course, is Sandy Cohen from the OC.
Can you imagine that? Be like, do kids want a little smear?
Kissed. Halloween. And that's my recasting out demon segment.
Ooh, okay. So I have, this took me a lot. There's a lot of things here. Okay, I want Nat Wolff as Elliot.
Who's Nat Wolff?
Nat Wolff is in Stuck in Love.
The dude from Paper Towns.
Yeah, he was also in the Naked Brothers band when he was young.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Freddie Highmore is Brian.
Stuck
that
in Love's a
right?
great movie. By the way.
No, Freddie Highmore is Brian. Sorry, who plays Norman Bates in Bates Motel.
Oh, okay. Right
That's
on.
also Charlie in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Very cool.
Keir Gilchrist as what's his nuts?
Who's Kara Gilchrist?
Keir Gilchrist is in It Follows. He's Paul in It Follows.
Oh, okay. Right on. Definitely.
Yeah, as the other as not Brian, not Elliot, but
Trevor?
Trevor. No, not
No.
as Trevor. The
Brian. No, Brian's the married guy.
Brian, Elliot, and Trevor. Okay, I have him as Brian. Sorry, I do have him as Brian.
I don't think Brian's the dude getting married.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Brian's the one that gets
Who's getting
killed.
married?
Mike.
Mike. Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
Getting everybody confused. And then I'm gonna butcher her name. I think it's Tysa Farmiga. Her sister's Vera Farmiga, who is Mrs. Bates. I can't think of her first name. Mrs. Bates Motel. But she played Violet in Murder House, in American Horror Story Murder House.
Okay.
She was Violet, and so I want her as Allison.
Okay.
And then for okay, so hear me out on these two.
Okay.
For May and for what was his name? Melvin.
Yeah, let's go with Melvin. It's Elvin, but let's call him Melvin.
Okay, sure. I want Betty White as May.
Fuck yeah.
Because she was in,
Yeah.
like, Placid. So she's been in horror movies before.
And Betty White can do whatever the hell she wants. She's Betty White. She's
And
a
then-
national treasure.
And then Christopher Lloyd as
Okay.
Elvin because he was in Salem's Lot. So, like,
Yeah.
they've both been in horror movies before.
And plus, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, so I mean, that'd be my ideal cast.
Also, if I was to recast Tom Noonan, I played with this idea, but who else could do Frightmare Theater better than Christopher Walken?
Ooh. I kind of want to see Joe Swanberg.
Okay.
As the glory teller.
Okay, I could see that.
I think he could
I don't know if he's ready for that kind of...
I think he could do it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he was... Have you seen the first You've seen the first VHS?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, like, he can do, like...
He's capable of... Yeah, I just don't know, like, that's another level of creepiness.
Or A.J. Bowen. I'd be down with A.J. Bowen, too.
I could see that one more so than...
I also jokingly put Michael Cera, because he's tall and lanky.
Oh, yeah, that would be funny, though.
That would be funny.
He's been in a horror movie before. Have you seen Magic?
No.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh, yeah, I have seen Magic. Yeah. I forgot.
He's really creepy in that one.
It's been so long since I've seen Magic.
Yeah,
God.
it's creepy.
Ooh, it's been a long time.
Recasting out demons, Laura.
Well, no one told me to prepare for this, so I didn't
That
prepare
doesn't
for
surprise me.
We've done this one other time,
Yes.
so...
Well...
Do you have one actor you would put in this movie? Or
Shia
actress?
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yes. And not even have him... Yeah.
Just anywhere.
Not even have him be a part of...
Yeah.
Not even have him be a part of the cast. Just at one point they're like, oh my god, he's running towards us on all fours.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that,
What if they just made an actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf movie?
I want them to.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
I'm
Rob
sure Shia
Cantor.
LaBeouf would just start...
Rob Cantor,
Yeah.
please, you did the song, man. Please make this a full feature.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, you can use point systems in this rating system. What do you give this movie?
7.2.
7.2.
Oh man, I didn't prepare for this either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 7.9.
7.9. I give it a 6.4. It's my favorite kind of horror movie, a slow burner that is fun and low budget.
Plus, it's a square root number, so.
That is true. And the acting should lower the rating even lower, but the fact that it's his first film gives him a full point in my eyes. So
Yeah.
6.4, it's good.
Woo.
It's a very good movie.
Ooh. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, now that we've done all of that, it's time for a little Bone Plugs and Harmony.
Bone Plugs in Harmony, brought to you by Bailey.
First of all, thank you again to Jackson King for the intro and outro music. Check out his band Capture Theory on Facebook. Also, thank you again to Lauren Cecilia Mims for the use of our cover art. For all of her great designs, check out laurenceciliamims.com. She has some great stuff on there. Casting Out Demons, we have a Facebook page. Like it. We post some cool stuff on there. We also have a Twitter, @COD_podcast. And speaking of which, our movie next week is actually a Twitter suggestion we got from Night Wilder.
Which is some fan we've never met before, and we really appreciate him.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah,
So
he's
our
the
movie
only-
next week.
He's the only fan that we have that we didn't force to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
No one forced me. I wouldn't have if you forced me.
You're getting paid for this performance.
I watched it on my own.
Did you hear that? That was me ripping a check out of my checkbook.
I watched it on my own.
Here's 13 cents for your performance today.
Thanks.
That's all we have in our budget.
Because we had to hire all those rappers to come in and announce your name.
It's true.
So,
Worth it.
God.
Worth it.
So @COD_podcast. We also have a Gmail, castingoutdemons@gmail.com. If you have any movie ideas, email us. We have a pretty tight schedule, but we'll make sure that you get in there somewhere. I have a Twitter. It's @BaileyMcLeod. I write for Hello Giggles. I'm on the third page of the contributors. I also have a blog, nobodyputsbaileyinthecorner.wordpress.com.
And I have a Twitter, and you just hit the @ symbol and then type every word you know in Latin and then hit enter, and you'll find my Twitter.
What else do you have going on, Zach?
Working on a show right now called A Comedian. It's a comedy that combines supernatural elements and religious elements. It's also it's going to be a good time.
Is that for real? That sounds awesome.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, no, that's a real show.
That's exciting. I want to hear
That's
more
the
about
only
that.
real thing that Zach said this entire podcast.
It's true. That's why I was the most vulnerable during it.
No, I
Got
wanna-
kind of choked up.
I want to hear more about that after.
I would love to tell you all about it.
Yeah, it's great. I'm excited for it.
It's a comedy that's based on Paradise Lost.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I took an entire class on it. Really inspired me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well, I haven't really done anything yet, but we're
You
shaking
will.
hands. And she believes in me.
Yeah.
It's the first time
That's a
someone's
great
believed in me.
handshake.
First time someone believed in me. I
It
don't
was
know
like
what to
firm yet warm.
do. Yes.
Laura, do you have
That's what she
anything to
said.
plug? Are you on any social media?
I'm technically on Twitter. I can't remember what my name is.
That's I can't remember what my name is.
.wordpress.com.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook. Laura Youngblood. probably don't add me because I probably won't say yes unless I know you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this gets really famous one day.
Oh, it definitely will.
I think it will.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has.
Yeah.
I've been telling people about it.
Thank you.
We're working on. Oh, speaking
her
of
another
iTunes,
check.
we're working on
12 cents.
We're working on iTunes. I'm supposed to have a meeting next week with some people that.
The guy that she's meeting with wears glasses, so it sounds pretty smart.
Yeah.
Does he have like a real job?
I don't know. Does he?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about the guy.
know.
All right, well.
It was like a very deep throat moment. He was just like, meet me outside. Da, 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 da. And then he was like, I can't this week. And then he called me back and said, let's do next week. And then,
The reason he couldn't is because Bailey was getting too close to uncovering the truth.
yeah. So now I have a few days to forget about it, so I
Yes.
won't remember next week. I have the intention to span up a toddler. So
What?
what are we talking about? Are we on a podcast? So yeah, like we said, next week, our first Twitter suggestion for a movie.
Yes.
Zach, you looked like you were going to say something. You raised your eyebrow.
Oh, I just realized we haven't said Demon Heads this entire podcast.
Oh my gosh.
We got to work on our marketing.
Demon
Thanks for
Heads.
listening, Demon Heads.
You're the best, Demon Heads.
You're the best, Demon Heads, Demon Heads, Demon Heads.
Go Demon
I want
Heads.
to get like foam fingers that are like kind of like demonic, but like cute demonic.
Oh, yeah, for
Like
sure.
Demon Heads, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to give them to all your fans for free?
And some horns.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
All 10 fans are getting... the first 10 fans to appear at Bailey's apartment tomorrow will
be
receive
here.
free foam fingers.
Which Laura will be here, and then Austin lives in Pittsburgh. So then,
Callie will probably be here.
That's true.
there we go.
So I also want to point out that no one has noticed this, but I forget which episode it was, but we talked about Beetlejuice. And we said Beetlejuice's name 3 times. And then at one point I added like a little dub under it that says that you have like awoken Beetlejuice, like because if you say his name 3 times, he appears.
It's like
and I'm upset
Community.
that no one's noticed that. And I'm talking to you, our one Twitter fan who's supposed to be obsessed with the podcast.
Stop. Be nice to him.
He is nice. Okay.
He's very nice.
Just, give me a tweet. You know my Twitter handle. I give it to you guys every episode. You have to hear anything. Demon Heads.
Yeah. Well, I have it. It either has to have been Invasion of the Body Snatchers or Behind the Mask because I've listened to every other one and I don't
Oh, it
have
was
on
one of the
that
early ones. I think it was maybe the first one we did. Maybe it follows.
There's not one there.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I definitely made the reference. Yeah, I did it. It was
Are
like
you thinking
literally-
are you thinking of the Bloody Mary episode?
We haven't done a Bloody Mary episode.
Are you sure?
No.
Now they're just
Anyway.
arguing.
God. Okay. So thank you again, Demon Heads, and remember, ghosts have feelings too.
The sequel.
Casting Out Demons is sponsored by Sutherland Connections. Sutherland. It's a name of a company. Music by Jackson King. Created by Bailey McLeod Perkins. Starring Bailey McLeod Perkins, Zach T. Busby, and someone who never speaks. Cover art provided by Lauren Mims. Additional music brought to you by Looperman.com.
This is a great podcast. I love this podcast.
Casting Out Demons is always edited by Zach T. Busby. Bats are like the government because you shouldn't trust them, and they take 3% of every one of your paychecks. We the people, by the people. Actually, people are bats. Good night.